I'm Joseph. This is going to be our Mission Impossible Rogue Nation review. So first thing that we're going to start off with is the plot. So I felt like the plot for this one was fun. Most of all, it's a fun movie.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially since it gave you a good vibe of that it was just a not really like how Fast and Furious does it, where it's like it's gonna be just like ridiculous stuff.
Yeah.
It's not too dramatic or over exaggerative. Certain things. It was just a fun what a spy movie should be.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It definitely shows like how the different between the two, like of the movies itself, like how it changed itself through. It really worked in as being just something you can enjoy instead of just being, a regular, just some intense spy movie and you don't know who was what.
Right.
It was enjoyable,
Right. Whereas like James Bond, it's not too serious, but it's it's a series they want to get to the point where it's I guess a little bit more realistic.
Mm-hmm.
Not that Mission Impossible isn't realistic, but that it's
there's certain points where you just don't realistic like at all. So
some of the chase scenes.
Yeah.
So as far as the plot goes, I mean, setting up characters and everything. The main thing is villains. Not really like maniacal villains, but who the bad guy is in the movie. And I think this is their best one yet for who the bad guy was.
They really built him up through the movie. He it showed who he was, like slowly trying to become a certain thing. Like, and he was quiet too. You didn't really know anything about him, that much until it just really slowly built him up. You saw his face right away instead of being hidden, but even seeing his face, you didn't know who he was.
That's true. Well, it's funny because when he came in, the first scene that he was in, I thought he was like a henchman. Because like in the commercial and everything, they didn't actually, they were saying it's the syndicate and everything. They never said who was in charge of the syndicate. And when I saw him at first, I thought he was like a henchman, like a gun for hire. But when they showed that he was actually the head of the syndicate, I was like, it's a perfect fit too, just because how he really set the tone for how I guess evil they were, and he played that off really nice.
Yeah, it was nice. It shows that he can actually he's not one of those guys that sits back and lets his people do his own thing. He's gonna stand out. He's gonna show that he's the boss and that he'll get his own hands dirty.
Yeah. So we have the villain and we have kind of the mysterious character, which was the leading actress.
Yeah.
And she was kind of a mystery straight from the point. I mean, they had certain scenes and everything where she came in and she was like bad, but like she's helping him out and everything.
Yeah.
So I think that was really good. That through the whole movie, you had kind of like you were still kind of confused like whose side that she was on.
And at certain times, it would give you like you think you knew where side she was on, or like think you give you the hints, and then all of a sudden she'd do something, and you're just like, I don't know anymore. Like my whole idea of her just went out the window. It was good. It was.
I mean, even though that like you weren't too sure, by the end of the movie, I think they wrapped up nicely whose side she was on.
Yeah.
Wasn't like something that like I never saw that coming, but it was still like it was good throughout the movie that it was as kind of mysterious as like obvious it was at the same time. But she did that really well. That you were still kind of like I'm not sure about her. Like,
exactly.
I like her, but like I'm still gonna kind of
keep my distance because you don't want to get too attached and then find out that something happened.
That's true, because that always sucks when you have a character like, oh, she's my favorite character, and she's the worst person in the whole movie. She wasn't. I mean, she was. I wouldn't say she's the best, but I mean, they probably couldn't have done half the stuff in the movie without her.
Exactly.
So the main plot and everything, it really worked together well, especially with the last movie. I mean, the first three movies, I think they were kind of different from how Ghost Protocol was, and then how this one was. I mean, how Okay, so the plot, I guess, wasn't too much different. It was still pretty much like they were rogue. They've done that in the Mission Impossible movies. And then there's some of the movies it was the mission. That was the mission. They went to the mission.
Yeah.
But I think from 1, 2, and 3, I mean, they were the tones were different, and then for Ghost Protocol in this one, they were.
They switched it up really.
It was going from like the first 3. He acted a lot different.
Oh yeah,
Tom Cruise acted a lot different, and then going from the third one with his wife and everything, and then they really kind of got some closure with her in Ghost Protocol, the fourth one.
Exactly, and you didn't have to like deal with it so much as him having 2 different lives.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, I get this. Oh, now he's he was kryptonite, like you said, and it's like you can't go with it because like they're gonna steal their wives, like that's gonna happen. But when you break her off, you're like, oh, now
we're just spies.
Now
we're spies doing our job.
And that's it.
Yeah.
I think that was great from going to Ghost because it was like when they make Ghost and how they made Rogue, it's like they're setting up a whole new trilogy and they're like almost in a sense rebooting, but at the same time keeping its story like yes, that did happen, and not just like no, those are gone. This is something new. Like it is new, but it still had its own past. So, what are your final thoughts on this movie?
So, final thoughts. Amazing movie. I think with the ensemble cast, with the plot worked out, just the tone of the movie, it was one of the best Mission Impossible that I've seen so far. Which I'm sure they'll make another one.
Sure,
they gotta pump those out as many as they can before Tom Cruise actually
decides to stop.
before he's not actually able to do it. Overall, I think it's a must-watch for any kind of spy fan. There's James Bond coming out, Man from U.N.C.L.E. coming out, but I think this is, it's at the top of all spy movies, espionage movies. So definitely go watch it. What are your final thoughts?
Loved it. It's a great movie. Go see it. Hands down, it's probably the best one so far. I am a big fan of James Bond, so Spectre's coming out in November, but so far I'm really liking Tom Cruise in this. It's
true.
He's outdone himself again. I'd say definitely go see it. It's one
For sure.
so far the best this year.
Definitely. Yeah. What would you rate it?
I would rate it probably 5 out of 5. Ugly henchmen.
They have to be ugly.
Yeah.
For sure. I agree that's a good movie, but I'm gonna have to give it 4 out of 5 silicone masks. Just because it's a good movie, but it's not my favorite movie of all time.
Right.
So, I think if it was like impressed me so much that I was like I have to go watch it again. Then I'd probably give it 5 out of 5. But it's good. It's good. It's not the best, but still, it's an amazing movie. Tell us your review down in the comments below.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
We are All Around Entertainment. Thanks for watching, guys.
Have a good night.